What's going on, everyone? Greg here.
And Chris.
And our special guest, of course,
Hobo Scratch.
Ooh-wee. What's up, y'all? You already know what this show is about. I don't know why he giggling. We ain't even saying nothing yet. Well, we gonna get right into it. If you saw Five Nights at Freddy's, it was trash. Let's just get right to it. Let's get down to the skinny of it. I guess it was meant for another age group or meant for the kids that was playing it. Yeah. I don't believe in horror movies that are PG-13. That should have been the first red flag because I don't think you should be able to do a horror movie and be not in rated R. Like, you can do a suspense thriller PG-13, but not a horror movie. Like, there's boundaries to this. And I know it's people towing the line. Oh, the game is this is that. And the movie was trash. It was bad acting. It was bad death scenes. It was not on time, cued music. It was a whole bunch of things, and I ain't gonna tear it down because it was like we knew it was gonna be trash when they gave it to you on streaming and theater at the same time. We just knew that was basically their safety blanket. Like, oh, if people is too lazy to go buy a ticket, we'll just give it to them for free. I'm like,
now, with the game?
Didn't it come out like simultaneously with that one that was kind of about the same thing, but Nicolas Cage was in it, driving the car, and the car hits the spikes in the road, and he gets caught in the town, and he goes to an old amusement park, and he's supposed to be the security there overnight.
Nah.
What is that movie?
I forget the name of it, but it was like the same premise, but called something else.
Well,
very strange. Nicolas Cage.
Did they align anything with the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was from what I do know because I only have limited knowledge on the video game, but
yeah,
it's like it was okay. It just could have been taking. Let's see, somebody could have done better with it if it would have been given to someone else. Like Blumhouse is good at like, I'm coming to a movie that we got everything, we just need your money. If you go to Blumhouse and be like, hey yo, I might need you to write it or like cast it, that's a bad idea. Like Blumhouse, you know when they're going in there and they're just giving up the bag, it's gonna be a good movie. Because when Blumhouse gets in there, they got too many cooks in the kitchen and they be all over the place, and it's like, yo, you just ruined this whole movie trying to do 82 things. It's like, but if you watch horror movies, you'll know what I'm talking about. I ain't about to get into that forever.
Isn't the guy from Scream inside of the teddy bear too? The guy that goes,
yeah, you're giving
I'll
away
be
too
right
much.
back.
You're giving out mad spoiler alerts right now. I try to stay away from that.
I haven't even seen it, so.
Yeah, but yeah,
I forget his name.
Maybe spoiler alerts here.
That was a oops on him. For the people that seen it, ain't seen it.
I'll be right back.
You know what I'm saying? Just leave a comment down below. But
hold on. Just to let everybody know, we are going to be mentioning stuff that's coming out in November, stuff that just came out right before November, and stuff may be coming a little bit after at the end as well. So that way, those topics are just now, so we're going to try and not do any kind of spoilers.
Oh yeah, because there is a couple that are like slated for Christmas, but at the end,
there's a couple that just came out, and then he'll let you know.
Yeah, because also what's it called? Me and him will go later on in the show. We're gonna talk about Thanksgiving that's coming out on the 27th, I believe, of November.
17th.
Yeah, so that's right around the corner. But another movie. This movie was trash. I couldn't even watch 30 minutes of the jump. I think I got up to like 17 minutes. The movie is Dear David. It seems like a sweet movie, but it just moves way too slow, and it's like really not appetizing at all.
Like The Shining.
Yeah, but it's about like this. It's about this dude that was getting like bullied or whatever, or peer pressure to do something online, and he let the little people get to him, and he said something back, and a whole bunch of people was like, "Don't say nothing, you can get tied up into that." So that's how the movie was, but it wasn't told in an interesting way.
Mm-hmm. So cyberbullying. Basically.
It was told in a very
like a bunch of movies like that.
Yeah, but it was done very trashly though. For this just to come out, I'll be like, wow, this is really bad. Like especially like it just didn't like on the budget they spent. I could like you could tell it was gonna be bad because none of the actors in it are like well known.
Oh, okay.
But from the budget, when you look at the budget, like, all right, well, they got enough money. What did you spend it on? And I still don't know because I only made it to like 17 minutes.
The cameras, maybe.
But
or the sound work.
Go see it if you want to. It's it's interesting because we're in the world of like TikTok and like Instagram and all this stuff. This is basically showing like the beginning of people having the freedom to say what they want online. So like this is the beginning of it. So if you like into that type of like entertainment or whatever, or nostalgia of like being online, being able to talk, be able to express yourself, it'll be a sweet movie. But I ain't dig it. The next joint, The Mill, that's got what's his name in there? Little Rel in it. Little Rel is known for comedian stuff. He did a movie with John Cena, The Vacation Joint. He did 2 of them.
Oh, that
was
dude.
So that's his most So that was his most recent film to kind of bring you into who he is. It was a solid movie. I believe that it should have been handed off to Jordan Peele, because if you watch this movie, and I'm hoping that's gonna make you want to watch it, because all the way up to the end, if Jordan Peele would have had this, he could have easily tied it into like Us and Get Out series.
Oh, okay.
And he could have like really done well, and like he wouldn't have had to change much. I'm just saying, if he would have just had his hands in there and be like, move that to here to connect that to this and leave it right there. Just by him just moving the story in a different direction, it would have made the movie sweet. Because they, like, all the way up to the end of the movie, you're like, oh, this movie's sweet. They just left you at the end because whoever built this movie, and I'm sorry if I'm killing your career right now, I apologize, but they couldn't end the movie. I was so like, I was like, yo, almost a 2-hour movie that was super dope, and you leave me like this? Like, ew. And you know this isn't one of the movies that's going to get a sequel, because it doesn't need one at all.
Like a one-off.
Yeah. So it's not... If they do it, it's literally a money grab. But at this point,
Vacation Friends can get a sequel. That probably could get a sequel.
But if you watch it, like after you watch it, you're gonna be like, how could they sequel it? I can see how they could do it, but it's nah.
It's hard to do it, man.
Let's see. Next on the list, the movie I've been wanting to check out, The Exorcism Believer. That joint was sweet. It was about the 2 girls that got lost and then showed back up. That joint was super dope.
Is that in theaters still, or is that one out?
It's about to go out of theaters, but so this joint was like super current. It came out like September or whatever. I think like the end of September or whatever.
Oh, so this is an older one.
Yeah. But this is still a good one because like it's just getting on the streaming sites.
It's still fresh.
Yeah, because it's like they're about to put it on like 4K and like Blu-ray and all that stuff. So you can still, if you got websites, you can still stream it or go catch it at the theater. But this movie was really great. It's just like any other exorcism movie. It just made it different because a lot of people are starting to dare to be different, dare to be nasty, dare to be rude again in horror movies, and that's what horror movies are supposed to be about. Like, horror movies are basically supposed to be like raw comedy, meaning I can say and do what I want, and you can't get pissed at me because it's a horror movie. I'm supposed to do some outstandingly creepy shiitake to be like, oh, this is a horror movie. Like, so you kind of get more leeway. It's like you're watching wrestling. If you're just watching a regular wrestling match, you're not expecting chairs and stuff like that. But if you hear hardcore wrestling match, you're expecting everything in the world to be popped out. So it's like when you have hardcore, it shouldn't. When you have like the rated R horror movie, you should expect, all right, this ain't for kids. This I probably don't even want to watch this as an adult. We should have that creepy factor to it. But to get back on track, the movie was super solid. It had nice, I say like B tier, almost like A- tier actors in it, and it was a well written script. I don't believe it's attached to anything else like any other exorcism movies. It's just kind of like a standalone joint.
Is Pazuzu still in it from the originals? Because I know the mother's in it. The mother from the first one. She's the old lady.
Yeah. She's in the joint. But nah, I don't really.
Pazuzu's the name of the demon. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. I think the demon's the same because it's still using that property, but like everything else is like still.
Okay.
Now I will say
the girls don't know each other. The families are completely separate.
Nah, because that gets explained in the movie, but I ain't trying to spoil nothing.
Okay.
I will say, for our reviews and stuff of horror movies that I've never seen, I have not seen one single Exorcist movie.
Come on.
So comment down below if you want us to do any of the Exorcist movies. We can do the first one, moving all the way up.
Yo, we can watch Believers together. Let's get it. That's a perfect way to jump in.
Yeah.
For him seeing this, it's new enough for him to be like, oh, this isn't 80s trash. Like, it won't give him a window to be like, because I know Greg. He likes to find any kind of like scapegoat to be like, I don't like it.
Yep.
So if we give him a new movie where there's no flaws, then it'll bring him in better than us showing him like an old junk that came out in the 70s. It's like,
you rarely touch something past 10 years ago.
You know
that's what he's talking about.
I just watched Amityville Horror, the original, the other day, and I actually enjoyed it.
So that's his first.
yeah,
and that's
because
like 81.
Because that movie was one, they told the story backwards halfway through the movie and then flipped it over.
Although the only thing I didn't like was the Reverend who like overacted the damn flies and sweating and stuff. I'm like, if you're gonna die, just die. Why is it taking you 20 minutes?
Because that's the main. So that's the main part from the Ed and Lorraine Warren's files. Was they went in depth in that part, so that's why they made that the focus of that part of the movie.
It's just like the Buffy.
But you know what? I was so interested that literally after I watched the movie, right, there was a documentary I found on it, and I instantly started watching right after the movie. Just because I was like, this is interesting to me. Like, I wonder if the house is out there, blah, blah, blah. Because, of course, paranormal investigating, like, be a cool house to go to. So I, was looking at all that stuff up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's upstate New York.
Chris and I will deal with that, but yeah.
Because I'll be at the airport to take them home. I'm not going to that.
It's New York. We
No, I'm not going. All right, well, cool. Have fun with that.
Big ass duffel bag. Coming with us in the duffel bag.
Oh yeah, don't pay that no mind. This is. I'm gonna say the title of this movie, but before we say it, all the way pause. I apologize. Pause. It lives inside. It's chill. I already said what I had to say. So
it's not any different from It Follows.
It was a good movie. It was super dope. It was and it was made by QC. QC was like Quavo and them. They've made a lot of good movies. Like they were a part of Get Out, and I didn't even know that. But if you look up their movies, they got like 6 or 8 movies that they're involved in. They were involved in this movie. I don't think like the writing of it, but they put up the bread, so I'll give them some of the credit. It's about this. Try not to spoil it. It's about a demon that gets lashed on to a friend, and then a friend passes on to a friend by a minor miscalculation at high school.
Okay.
That's about as best I can get to you, but it's a great movie. It was real interesting all the way through. Also, it dealt with another culture and culture's fear to certain things. Like, you know how like different religions have fears that are only towards their religion or to their beliefs. So it was good to watch this movie and see a different nation's or another, demographics horror or fears. It was good to see that on camera done well with a great budget. So I love that movie. That's what really tied it up for me, and I loved it. Definitely go check that out.
Which streaming service is it on?
It's on everything for real. Cause it's like that junk came out like the summer.
Okay.
So that should be easily accessible. But that junk is once again paused. It lives inside. It was good though. It's really good.
I mean, the name of it sounds like the writer from It Follows, which is going to get a sequel. So It Follows is a similar premise too. It Follows is where like you're having sex and this demon gets passed on by who you're having sex with.
All right, see, look, let's point this out. I ain't never say the S in the X word. So before y'all review this movie and then try to come up in the comments getting wild, he added that word into it. I ain't say nothing about all that. I said some high school drama.
Fornication.
I ain't say. Hey, look, we not listening to him right now. All right, man. Y'all chill. All right. I think I talked about this on the last show. I can't remember. He gonna remember because he got the brains of this operation. But the Nun 2, I watched that joint. I don't know.
I think we mentioned it, but we didn't talk about it much.
We talked about it last. It was like the first part.
We just mentioned it. I don't think we went into depth though.
No.
Nun 2. It's connected to the Nun 1. Ha ha ha. Obviously.
Which is a part of the Conjuring and
the Conjuring. But what people don't know is the Nun was technically before all of it because Lorraine is the one that is in the movies. And then that's why.
So is it just a demon takes over Nun?
Basically, but they've been battling ever since Shorty was like a teenager. So that's why when the first Conjuring movie came out, the Nun wasn't the villain, but you kept seeing her pop up because she was still hunting Shorty, but she was trying to get like her strength.
Like whenever Lorraine would use her gift, I guess you would say.
Yeah, it would
be
give
the thing after. The fact.
it would give like a beacon to where she at. But Nun 2, great joint. It was a great movie. It was set directly after the effects of the first Nun movie, so it wasn't no like weird like what, why, how. It was like directly like, hey, yo, we just did that yesterday. Are you good type stuff? So it was a real good movie. They brought all the characters back. They even added Stormy Reed, the lady or the lady that plays in Wrinkle in Time, and she also plays Zendaya's sister in Euphoria.
Oh, okay.
She's in it. She's a new character in that joint, and it's dope to see. And I know, excuse me, I apologize if this rubs in the wrong way, but I like seeing a black person in a horror movie that's not getting killed. Like, you put them in there. I'm like, when they put her in there, like, it's the nun. She gonna get smoked. She gotta go. Like, it's the only movie that I can think of off the top of my head is Candyman. But either way, he still both of them caught the raw deal at the end of that movie. But that's another story for another day.
Right.
But I was cool to see that like they actually used her parallel for the objective in the movie.
Well, they just did the same thing.
Rub anybody the wrong way.
Well, no, because they just did the same thing with Insidious 3, the Red Door. They're like this awesome black chick. Is
Don't
the
spoil
son.
nothing.
No, I'm not.
I haven't seen it yet.
She's the son's age. They become friends in a weird way, kind of like they're both their first years in college together. And she's like, you would think whatever the thing is in the movie is going to attack her first. Nope, she's like the first thing that helps him survive, literally. It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna speed through this because there's a whole lot on this list. I just noticed. The next one I ain't gonna talk about that long. It's Till Death Do Us Part. It was a horror movie that came out like late August. It was trash. It was trash. Don't watch it. If you see it, just don't even watch it. Like, it's even if like Sunday you ain't got nothing to do, football ain't on, whatever, and you just trying to like fall asleep on it. Please don't watch it.
If it's August, it's in the past.
Yeah, please don't watch the movie. That junk trash.
So don't waste your time.
Southern Haunting. That was a good movie.
I haven't even heard of that one.
Let's see. But this has a real strong racial undertone. So if you can't take racial movies, don't do it. But it is a great horror movie. So that's my
recent that just came out.
Yeah. So like I said, it has a very strong racist undertone.
Well, which side is perpetuating the racism?
Both.
Damn.
But if I say anything, it's gonna spoil the movie. But it's a great horror movie. It was written very well. But if you can't take that aspect of the movie, there's no reason to tune in because you're not gonna sit well because it goes there. But it's a horror movie, so obviously like I said, they should push boundaries. This is actually a series. It's called Pretty Little Liars Origin Story or Origin Story.
Pretty Little. I think I've heard of that one.
It's about these girls that their moms did something in the past, and now it's coming to get their daughters. It's crazy that they had all daughters, but it's a horror, mystery, suspenseful TV show. And
it's the stuff from CW that's now like what streaming service? Netflix and Peacock.
Yeah, like it was another show.
But it was on CW first.
And like they got a whole bunch of these joints, but this is like the best one out of them. And I'm just giving y'all stuff to like watch up till the year's up, because at this point they getting real thin at this point because they start getting into all the Christmas and family movies. So they try to,
which I'm sure it'll be a bunch of.
They try to cut some of them joints out. But the next two is a twofer. It's Becky and Wrath of Becky. The first one has Kevin James in it, and he plays totally different than he does in any ever movie. Like, he's the complete opposite. And if y'all see this movie, I wish he would act like this more. I wish he would take these roles more and get, paid to do it, because this is a light spoiler, but it's not too bad. He plays a gangster in this movie.
Okay.
He's about Paul Blart.
Yeah, like he's ruthless. Like, I'm cussing, tattoos everywhere, pissed off. Like,
he was in that UFC movie.
But like that was still he. That was still like
he was the teacher trying to go back to his.
Yeah, but this movie he's dead serious. Like, hey yo, I'm not.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing too, right? So Joe Rogan says that's something he used to really do too before he got into comedy.
Yeah, he was always in the UFC. But I mean, it's the first time you actually saw him out of that like I'm a chubby guy role. He was more like actually in tone and everything.
Yeah, he
it was
got
crazy.
toned up. Yeah.
That was crazy. But this is my last little thing. I'm gonna hand it out to Greg. But yeah, these two movies are one came out in 2020, but the new one came out this year. That's the reason I'm bringing it up. It is two films. A lot of people, the way that they're set up, I love how they're set up. Like, they can be individual films. Like, you could watch one and not watch the other. But the way that they're both built, they're like a John Wick scary movie. It's about a desperate little girl that's getting harassed or mistreated in a certain way, trying not to spoil the movie.
Okay.
And she's got to defend herself. Like, it's basically on some like, it's on like if Home Alone was rated R and like he was a little bit older.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's cool.
So it's like it's dope because it's like
Kind of come up with shit.
the way it's not the way the movie's delivered. It's not cheesy like, oh yeah, she's in trouble. Oh no, it's like, oh, shorty's really stuck. I don't know how she gonna do this. Like you start looking around the room and start getting squeamish like, shorty, you're not gonna make it.
Well, I wanted to get your take on this. Is like where do you put on a scale between 1 and 10 with Get Out, Us, and Nope? If you've seen Nope.
That's the only one I haven't
Nope
seen.
isn't really connected to the other two. It's still a film of his. Also, one that you didn't shoot up there was the new Candyman that just came out. That's
Oh
his
yeah,
too.
the redo.
Yeah.
I feel like the actor for Candyman, they could have picked someone a little more alpha-ish.
They could have, but the way it showed, it was perfect because remember spoiler, sorry. At the end of that movie, they show him at a very vulnerable state.
Okay.
Like he was a less of himself type.
Yeah.
So how would you sell that? Like, let's say if The Rock, for instance, how would he sell that? Him being that vulnerable. I can't see Rock getting that. Him being that big, going into like, oh God, well, I need you. I don't see him being that sympathetic.
That Tooth Fairy movie.
Yeah, but that was mad goofy.
Yeah, it was. Now I will say when we were at Nightmare Weekend, Tony Todd was literally like 2 inches from me. Angel actually got to talk to him.
Yeah, my wife spazzed out.
I
That's
said
her
hey
favorite.
to him. That dude is like super tall in real life.
Super tall.
Super tall.
Yeah,
He was
and
like
then
super nice.
He
man.
goes to see Danny Trejo. So fucking smart.
When I was little,
was a midget.
little
Dude, Danny
inside,
Trejo was like
A midget. I was taller
great
than him.
dude though. He was awesome.
inside joint was Candyman was my first official movie like I was scared of.
Oh shit.
Like when I was little, because I was scared of all horror movies, but that was the most like when everybody was like, "Oh, you got hunted by Jason, you got hunted by that." That was the one that would haunt me because it's the most real out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like a toy coming to life, Chucky, you're like, nah, maymaybe not. Then
He'd
you
be
be
running
like,
across the screen and be like,
you be like Freddy Krueger, something shows up in your dreams. That's a nightmare. Regular,
Yeah.
Jason, somebody getting drowned in the lake. I don't even go to camps. No, I don't go to the woods. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
So it's like. Candyman is like, yo, say this man's
the
name
only one
5
that
times
really
in a
gets
mirror.
you.
It's like,
Yeah.
nigga, you know how many times you look in the mirror a day?
A lot.
So it's like, nah, I'm not good with
trying to
it.
make sure I'm doing it right.
Exactly. I am not. I ain't saying no trick or treating and no
"Come
mirror.
here, dead."
Like,
Trying to watch
nah,
your
that
face,
joke
man.
was scary though. It was like, yo, it's mirrors everywhere.
And that's funny you brought that up because like my first 2 that scared the shit out of me, I was like 6 and shouldn't have been seeing them, was Pet Cemetery, Cujo, and then Salem's Lot.
Oh yeah,
And I talk about them a lot.
Yeah, we're keeping you away from pets, buddy. You're 2 for 2. That's what's crazy.
So the only movies that I learned about recently that either just came out or about to come out, and then I'll let you do your thing just to throw in some extra ones. So there's a movie called Deadland, which is basically Border Patrol agents do like a routine stop. They accidentally kill the guy that they arrest, and the agent basically gets chased by the ghost of the guy that they stopped and murdered throughout the whole movie.
That's dope.
Which is pretty crazy. So it's more like a horror suspense movie with a little bit of drama to it. And then you got Tyrese Gibson in the movie, and Theo Rosie, who is, I believe, Juice in Sons of Anarchy.
And then Roman, you know.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
So basically, this is called Squealer. It's basically police officers investigating disappearances of women in the area, and it's supposed to deal with Canadian serial killer Robert Pickton. So that's supposed to be coming out, or is already out on the 3rd. You got November 10th. There's Something in the Barn, which is basically kind of like a Christmas-themed horror movie, which is dealing with Norway, Scandinavian havens and stuff, which looks pretty crazy. Let's see, you got November 10th as well, another one. It's called It's a Wonderful Knife. Has Justin Long in it, Joel McHale, and Jane Widdop, if that's how you say her name. Basically, it's a blood-filled classic, but it has to deal with different twist on, let me see. I forgot
Man
what
did
it's
the
about.
Terminator music.
I know, right? Basically, crazy murder. Let's just say that. Then you got Wintertide, which is November 14th. It takes on a role basically in a northern Canadian town. Citizens begin to depict an incredibly bizarre behavior of the area. So I'm thinking Phantoms.
I'm thinking Sunnyvale, Trailer Park Boys. 'Cause,
That
you know,
too.
Canada.
But basically a bunch of murder and death happening with one person behind it all. Then you got Monster NATO, which you were laughing at. Basically,
Yeah, because it's related to Sharknado.
octopuses and T-Rexes mixed together, so make what you
That's
will.
B grade instantly.
That's November 14th.
Deep.
And then, of course, I'll leave you with the last one, November 17th.
Yeah, the last one's my favorite because it's Eli Roth's and Blumhouse's Thanksgiving, and it's about like this Puritan guy dressed up as a Puritan from Thanksgiving killing people on Thanksgiving Day. It's the best way to put it. And it comes out November 17th.
Yeah, which is the one that I think we all have mainly heard about. The other ones I literally just learned about today because I was trying to look in extra stuff.
Yeah, and this one I was talking about last time. So.
This guy always has the secret movies because he's constantly watching the horror genre, so that's why we let him do his thing. And I'll try and find little stuff that nobody may or may not know about. But Thanksgiving we all have heard about and we're excited to see. So
well, I mean, it's on some of the ads on YouTube, so like when you're waiting for the next part to play, it's popped out right away.
All these other ones, I've never even... I didn't even know Tyrese had a new movie coming out.
If you use your Peacock or your Amazon Prime, they'll show this one because it's on Shudder the same time it comes out in movie theaters. So everyone's like, if you like horror, get
also
Shudder.
Another joint that just came out the same time as around this movie just coming out. It's called Totally Killer.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of that one.
I have, yeah.
It's sweet. I can't wait to watch the joint. I think the same people that did Happy Death Day did that joint.
Oh, damn. I saw that one. That one's crazy.
Yeah, both of them joints was lit.
Happy Death Day.
Now, I will say December coming up next month, which is crazy that we're already at the end of the year. You're probably going to have your Krampus-style movies coming out and stuff. I feel like they would have some kind of holiday theme situation. But November, which we thought last month didn't have a lot of movies coming out, actually has a lot coming out.
All of a sudden went...
Yeah, a lot just popped. I mean, a lot of the movies are not, like, well-known. I mean, like...
This is going to be the first
Thanksgiving
joint.
Well, there's a lot of things, too, where, like, the old movies that had 3 parts to it are now becoming TV shows, so...
Yeah. But, I mean, there's a lot of decent stuff coming out that you got to stay on top of, so...
They're trying to turn Amityville into a TV show, and there's been so many different versions of that movie, and...
Yeah, it has.
Something else, too.
And there's been a lot.
A Poltergeist TV show is the other thing.
All right, so give us a movie that you saw that you really want to recommend, like out of all the movies, and then 2, a movie that you're looking forward to seeing either coming up this month or right around that time. What would be your top recommendation for everybody?
Go with The Pope's Exorcism.
That's on Netflix.
With Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
That joint get you right where you need to go.
And I want to say that came out at the same time as this Exorcist movie, so in the theaters.
Okay.
Right back to back.
And what would you want to see that's around the time?
I don't know. It's either see where the rest of this Chucky TV show going or either Thanksgiving. Because at this point, like, this is where I take my time to, like, dig through this year and last year anything that slipped through the cracks. Because now I'm forcing myself to find quality horror movies. Like, I'll be, like, checking out trailers and stuff and like, plotting out nights. I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch these too. So, and then between today and Friday, because I'm going to plan out my weekend next weekend, I'm gonna just be looking for movies where I'm like, all right, cool, let me pencil that down. Want to watch that. Because there's like one right now, it's like Angry Black Girl and Her Little Monster or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's just super dope looking, and I'm like, yo, I got to peep that.
Yeah.
I
saw it too, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it too. I saw it, and I just haven't had to watch it. I was going to watch it today, and then I was like, hey, I got to go talk to my YouTube folks. Hey.
I've been so busy trying to either edit stuff or go through things I haven't had time to like really sit down. I mean, I've been rewatching some of the older Chuckies just because they're hilarious. Like,
but it's meant to
Bride
be.
of Chucky.
And they just stay with it.
Yeah, like little ones like that.
I just watched the another documentary related to The Devil Made Me Do It, and it's about the previous Conjuring movie on Ed and Lorraine Warren's case, where like I don't want to give it all away, but
That's
it's
the
like
new one on Netflix.
The guy dating the chick, and they have the mutual friend that's their landlord, and somehow the guy ends up getting in trouble in that situation.
That's the one on Netflix, right?
Yeah, and there's Conjuring 2. That's the Conjuring 2.
Because I've been seeing a lot of people online.
Then they made the
talk about
movie. I think it's called Devil Made Me Do It. But it's that story, and then there's 2 documentaries based on it.
They got for those 2 people, they have a lot of documentaries.
They got another movie that people don't even know that's connected to the Conjuring series. That a lot of people, it just slips past them and they don't even really notice it, or if they do, they don't really watch it until I say this one fact. But Curse of La Llorona,
Oh, La Llorona?
Yeah, that joint.
okay,
That joint's in the Conjuring series.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know it.
That's one of the paranormal.
It falls through the cracks,
stories
but
that
it's a
it's-
paranormal
that's kind of
thing
always
that people
messed
look
with
up right away.
That's like one of the paranormal stories that's always messed with me a little bit.
Well, it's like so Spanish families use it to
scream.
scare the child into reality. Like, hey, if you don't listen to grandma or me, this, her, La Llorona comes after you. And it's like real documented cases of people coming to this well-known river out near Mexico, and they hear this banshee noise that she's supposed to make, and it either attracts the adult to go into the water and kill themselves, or it attracts the child
It's
into
like
the
they've
water.
caught it in like Panama City. Like
Yeah.
people being in a market and they're on an abandoned building, you're hearing that come right out, and the police are like, "I'm not going in there."
Right.
But like you actually hearing that and like us knowing what it is,
Yeah.
like that's why what it terrifies me a little bit.
Yeah.
There's very few things out there that terrify me.
What's weird is when they play the recording of her and play the recording of an Irish banshee, it's almost the same octave pitch too, when they put it on the audio scale. So it's weird.
Yeah, crazy. I don't know. I think I saw that movie on Netflix too.
But
Yeah, it's on there still. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's the same director too. Aang, whatever the Asian dude, whatever his name is.
But yeah, also like before we get up out of here, because I know we don't want to hold you too long. Leave some movies down in the comments for us. It's like, well, like some movies that we want to check out, or we can like just chit chat and shoot, bounce off each other and see like, hey, you seen this? You seen that? You seen this?
Or anything we might have missed. Let us know in the comments because we name dropped a bunch, but there might be something that slips through the crack we don't know about. So.
Well, I mean, so what's your 30 seconds? What's your take on Hereditary if you've seen it? And did you like it?
That movie all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it was alright. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it right there because I don't want to get into no spoilers and stuff like that. But
I will point this out. So the last movie we did a review on, everybody knows that you guys chose was The Shining. He wanted Hereditary the most.
Really badly. I was the only one that
So-
voted too. It showed it.
So to make him happy, I think we'll just go ahead and do that movie next as our next month movie.
yay!
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so.
Because this man
That's
has done
not
nothing to talk
street
about it.
cred. I be trying to tell
Exactly.
people that like M.I. Shyamalan.
Didn't he do the
that boy
Airbender
1
movie?
for 13 out here? That boy be missing, boy.
Did he do the Airbender movie?
I don't know what he
No.
did.
Avatar. He did Avatar, the last Airbender.
We're getting off track. We talk about horror movies. All I'm gonna say is this,
That's
buddy.
like the Dragon Ball Z movie.
M, whatever his name is.
When
that
he
boy-
sticks to his horror films, they're pretty good.
he be missing.
I.e., Sixth Sense
That
was
boy
great.
need glasses.
The Village was
Sixth
great.
Sense was probably the only one that was alright.
The Village was great too.
All right, my bro. All right, that's it. All right,
And
so
The Happening.
hey,
The
leave
Happening
it.
was
Hey,
great too.
like,
Great too.
subscribe, comment down below, hit up the Facebook.
And he did the Knock in the at the Cabin.
Stop listening to him.
Knock at the Cabin.
Me and Greg ain't
Knock
hiring
at the
I
him.
Cabin.
thought you were going to say the knock at the cat in the cabin. I
No,
was like, what?
Knock at the Cabin.
He tried
Hey,
to
yo.
cut that out quick.
Cut his mic off. We done with him.
All right, so we're
Knock
going to see
at the
y'all
cabin.
next month. Again, thank you for coming by,
Yeah,
hanging out
what's
with
going
us.
on, man?
And like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys are getting ready to watch or maybe what we missed. And we'll see y'all next month.
Man, y'all
Tell us what we can do better.
What do you say?
It already ended. I might edit that out.
What I just said about. Man, fuck you. About to break your.
I was like, all right, well, I
The
guess
one time I'm trying not to be loud and correct myself.
I said, hey, yo, I got it for you. Hey, my name is Hobo Scratch. Don't ask your mama, ask your girlfriend. What's going on?